In the modern era of hip-hop, fame is no longer built slowly, it explodes. And few artists exploded louder than Tekashi 6ix9ine. With rainbow hair, screaming vocals, and relentless controversy, he wasn't just a rapper, he was a walking headline. Born Daniel Hernandez in Brooklyn, New York, 6ix9ine didn't come from wealth or privilege, he came from chaos. A broken home, financial struggle, and street influence shaped his early years. But instead of choosing silence or struggle, Daniel chose attention, loud attention. In 2017, everything changed with the release of Gummo. The song wasn't just music, it was a statement. Aggressive beats, violent imagery, and an aura of fear. The internet loved it. Millions of views flooded in within days. Suddenly, a rainbow-haired rapper was standing next to real gang members, claiming the streets. The formula was simple but effective. Shock value plus gang affiliation equals instant fame. He joined the 9 Trey Bloods, and his videos started looking more authentic. Guns, masks, red bandanas, intimidation. To the public, he looked untouchable. But behind the scenes, something didn't add up. Real gangsters don't move like influencers. Real street figures don't chase cameras. Cameras chase them. And 6ix9ine, he chased every lens he could find. His beefs felt staged, his threats felt theatrical, and slowly, people started questioning, is this real or is this marketing? Still, the numbers didn't lie. Views climbed, concerts sold out, labels paid millions. In an industry driven by clout, Tekashi 6ix9ine had mastered the algorithm of chaos. But chaos always has a price. And soon, the gangster image he borrowed would come to collect its debt. Tekashi's biggest mistake was believing his own character. Online beefs turned into real-world danger. His most famous conflict, with Chief Keef, exposed the cracks in his persona. The feud began over personal drama, but escalated into threats, insults, and street tension. When 6ix9ine disrespected Chief Keef publicly, people expected consequences, and they came fast. An attempted shooting occurred, and although no one was hurt, suspicion immediately followed Tekashi. His behavior afterward didn't help, laughing in interviews, trolling serious situations, and acting untouchable. Then came the infamous hood video. Tekashi claimed he was deep in enemy territory at night, but internet detectives proved the video was filmed earlier during daylight. Weather records exposed him. The illusion collapsed. Behind the scenes, things were worse. Members of his own gang were robbing him, plotting against him, using his fame for their crimes. And Tekashi, he was funding it all, paying for violence, buying loyalty, and thinking money could replace respect. But street loyalty doesn't work like record deals. When federal authorities stepped in, everything unraveled. Wiretaps, surveillance, indictments. Suddenly, the man screaming about gang was facing 47 years in prison. This was the moment of truth. Stay silent and lose your life behind bars, or talk. Tekashi chose to talk. In court, Tekashi 6ix9ine did the unthinkable in hip-hop culture. He testified against his own gang. Names were named, crimes were explained, robberies, shootings, drug trafficking, all exposed. His former friends went to prison, some for decades. Tekashi, once feared, became something worse in rap culture, a rat. He was sentenced to prison but received a reduced term. Later, the pandemic helped him get early release into house arrest, physically free, but socially destroyed. When he returned to music, he leaned into the hate, mocked the snitch label, trolled his enemies, released new songs with massive initial numbers. But something had changed. The streets didn't care anymore. Radio stations refused to play his music, rappers avoided collaborations, industry respect was gone. Numbers without respect don't last. And they didn't. Tekashi believed money could replace credibility. He showed off million-dollar chains, armed security everywhere, luxury cars, social media stunts. But the audience had moved on. His album, Tattletales, was expected to dominate. Instead, it underperformed. Competitors with less controversy but more substance outperformed him easily. The truth became clear. People were tired. Hip-hop fans value authenticity. You can fake it once, maybe twice,
But eventually, the mask slips. Tekashi wasn't hated anymore. He was ignored, and irrelevance is worse than hate. He disappeared from music, returned briefly, disappeared again. Even his supporters admitted something felt off. The fear of dropping music and failing had replaced the confidence he once screamed with. Now the question remains, can Tekashi 6ix9ine return? He claims he's back in the studio, working with his old hit-making team, planning a comeback, promising fans something big. But the industry has changed. Audiences are smarter, and hip-hop doesn't forget betrayal easily. Tekashi 6ix9ine didn't fall because he snitched. He fell because his entire image was built on something he never truly was. The richest rat in the world saved himself, but lost his soul in the process. So what matters more, freedom or legacy? That answer will decide whether Tekashi 6ix9ine rises again or fades into internet history. Now, tell us in the comments,